Praise the Lord for Disney World. Yes, praise the Lord for Disney World. It's Sunday morning in June 2024. 37 years old in San Francisco. It very much is a time of like, what about now? Still, every single second of my life of being 36 years old, I was homeless. And it's so frustrating. It's like right now, let's get married. Let's go to Paris. Let's do something. We've been waiting our whole life to do it right now. Just can't. Homeless. And I wanted to say in this video, let me go back to here. The goal is to get back to my rock solid foundation. I like this corner over here. I'm rock solid at 37, but I can't because I just want to let him be. He's probably not out on fentanyl or something, but like if I'm talking right there, it would just be better if I come over here. So, got another emergency. Oh my. In this video, I wanted to talk about, ooh, and there's Starbucks. Can't go in there. I don't have any money. Almost. It's so frustrating. It's a Sunday. There's, I do want to do something right now. And then I want to do, like, work at Starbucks. My Social Security card was just robbed. And it's a Sunday. There ain't anything that can happen today that will put me in a less homeless tomorrow position. Nothing. That's how it is. That's how it is. So all you just get back to work people who don't care about the family or anything. That was my Wi-Fi. I'm at the hospital. See, you just walk around the block, and that's how quickly it is and how things change. So I started the video right here. You have no idea there was a homeless person sleeping on the street. But I want to talk about in this video Disney World and before my mother ever made me homeless, because it's important that we know my dad did make me homeless in the winter of 2016 on Thanksgiving night. And he made me homeless from the largest home in the poorest place in America. And he did that 15 days after Donald Trump was elected president. And per capita, McDowell County, West Virginia, was the #1 place in the world that cared about Donald Trump. But my mom made me homeless too. She made me homeless, I want to say this might have been 2003 or 2004. I think it was 2004. I think maybe I was a senior in high school. And she made me homeless when my brother Drew and I could not get back in time for what she thought was on time or whatever for a custody exchange. And that happened because my dad was insistent on the fact that my brother should be studied for a test in the comfort and security of his own second home, which was my dad was his home. And then my dad would, later remove me from his home. I was doing the Christmas card, and Uncle Mike was smoking crack. He still crashed to buy crack cocaine. And my dad chose to remove me from the home instead of Uncle Mike. So that's what happened. But before that even happened, it's important. So I said we would be doing content like this. And here's a good example. So before my mom ever made me homeless, there's this preceding event that, I would write about in a book or something like that if I live long enough. It's just like, what about now? What about right now? What about 5 years from now? Will I even be alive? I have outpaced that 16 times more likely to die statistic this many times. Will I be able to do it tomorrow? So hopefully I'll be able to get this video up, and then it's up. Before my mom ever made me homeless though, there was a time, I think this was 8th grade, and when I said praise the world for Disney World, we're finally getting around to it. So there was a marching band trip or a band trip to Disney World, and this one also went to Universal in Florida. My mom gave me $75 in cash. Now, I know you might be thinking, well, maybe that's all that my mom could afford. No, it wasn't. During this time, 8th grade would have been 2000 and 2001. During this time, my mother had just remarried Steve. She later divorced Steve. Now we got Richard. I like Steve better. But Steve had a full-time job. Even before they were married, they were together as well as early as '98. So Steve was definitely available as an economic force in the family, for sure. My mom was working a full-time job, probably making more money than Steve was. My mother at this time was already a multiple homeowner, and my mother during this time had already acquired a second home back in like 92, 91 is when that happened. And she had also in 91 got on a jumbo jet and went across the ocean on vacation with her best friend. She had just had my brother Drew in 1990. Drew wasn't even like eating solid foods, and she went on vacation. My dad fiercely hated that, and back in the day and times before, I was more of a fan of this, but now I'm more like, Dad had a point. She probably shouldn't have gone on vacation like that. But I'm trying to say, my mother definitely had more of an ability to give me more money on this trip. And I remember it was definitely not enough money. I can also see people being like, well, it was so long ago, $75 went further. Not really. Not really when you're going to Orlando. And I was down there for like a week. It was, I think that experience was probably eye-opening to like, the family's going to starve you. The family is not going to be there. And my mother would later on be the mother who came to college graduation late and on purpose. So I wanted to tell you before I even became homeless the first time, because this is technically my third time being homeless. My parents made me homeless. My mom made me homeless when I was like a senior in high school. And my dad made me homeless when I was 27. And then I became homeless again after working 16 jobs and after being promoted to dish in a COVID economy. I worked 366 days at the dish call center, got to corporate in November of 2019, and then we had COVID. So I never fully got trained for the job I had got promoted for 366 days. Then I worked 16 more jobs. But before any of that happened, it was 8th grade, right over the turn of the new millennium. My mom gave me $75 to go more than 500 miles away from home for like a week. That was okay for her. Would you do that for your kids? No? Well, we're going to have to find a way to just hold on to the idea I can go to Disneyland one day.